That sumbitch is tough as woodpecker lips.
The Southern Saturday Podcast.
Oh, well, come on, son. You couldn't whoop a pitcher of meat.
It's like giving your ears a big glass of sweet tea.
Come on, boy. Shit.
Drink up and enjoy.
Hey, guys. Welcome to the Southern Saturday Podcast. Got a special guest today, my best friend of all time, Mr. Jake Daniel.
What's up?
I don't know.
Mr. Jake Daniel.
Mr. Jake Daniel. We just did a medical skit a minute ago. I don't work at a hospital.
Should we tell them what you were?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I was a guy who pretends to know everything about medical.
Yeah.
Everything that they need to know. Making up fucking diflucazine.
Yeah. Justin's he's always been pretty good at making up random medications and
or anything.
making them absolutely hilarious. So
he's also my cousin.
Yeah. Best friend / second cousin, right?
Yeah, since
Betty?
I walked into Satsuma High School and said, "Hey man, I'm your cousin."
Yeah. So my grandma and his grandma are sisters.
Yes.
And Betty and Jackie. And what were we in English class?
Yes.
Yeah. And Justin was waiting for me at the door, and I'm walking out, and he's like, "What's up, dude?"
I'm your cousin.
Well, I was like, "What up, man?" And he's like, "You don't know me?" And I was like, man, I don't think so. And he's like, "I'm your cousin." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Dude, I remember when I was little and I used to run, like if I was with Jackie somewhere and I ran into Betty in the grocery store and she'd have her purse over there and she'd be like, turned her back, sneaking into it.
Yeah.
And she'd pull out $1 bill. She'd be like, "Don't you spend this all in one place? Man. Don't you tell your granny I gave it to you. Don't tell her."
We got the sweetest little grandmas ever.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. But they can be feisty.
Dude, Jackie used to body slam people.
Yeah.
Like I know Jackie used to pick us up with one hand and beat us with the other one.
She sure could. She's a feisty one, but
you know what's crazy is like Betty's like the sweetest one, and like Jackie's like, you should have seen her when she was young.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
she was fire.
She was the meanest one.
We were playing Halo over at Justin's one time, and I've never seen Jackie ever get upset.
Y'all have to understand, she literally talks like that. You want anything to eat? She's never mean about nothing.
And we were playing Halo, and we were taking turns. And Dylan, Justin's brother, what were we online or did you beat him? No,
it was his turn. He lost.
He was playing online.
You know, he used to take turns because you only had 2 controllers.
Yeah,
you had 3 people,
and he played bad. And it was his turn to give up the controller in the headset, and he just slung it and hit Justin right in the face. Dude, and they just start fighting,
tearing the house to pieces.
And I had a broke thumb at the time
because we weren't kids. We were like 16, 17, so we were tearing shit up.
Yeah. And then, but she didn't do anything. Did she? She broke that up, didn't she? Is that when she slung the shoe?
Well, she opened the door. Yeah, exactly.
She slung that shoe and was like, "Now y'all better quit it."
Y'all done made me. You gonna make me cuss?
I had to break them up, so I'm over here with a broke finger trying to break them up.
And it's a full Nolan Ryan, like
yeah. And then I just see a shoe just sling across the room, and there's Jackie standing at the door,
holding the other shoe.
Yeah,
y'all gonna make me cuss?
Now don't make me cuss.
Oh, I tell you, I already threw a shoe, but don't you make me cuss?
Yeah. It takes a lot to make her.
That'll be. I tell you wish you hadn't.
Mm-hmm. So dude, what do we talk about?
I don't know, dude. So I went to Nashville to that Tracy Lawrence golf tournament, and we got paired up with Gary Allen, which I mean, oh my god, this is Gary Allen, dude, who's the nicest guy in the world. But you know how like when you're out there playing golf and like the people behind you, like you're not supposed to hit into the
right.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't see us over the hill, and it's like this guy who owns this boat company. Like they're just happy to be there. They're, and dude, all of a sudden we drive up, and Gary Allen's like, "Did y'all see that?" And we're like, "What?" He's like, "A golf ball literally landed in my cart."
Oh my god!
And we're like, "In your cart?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "How do you know where it come from?" We're like, "Dude, it had to be the guys behind us."
They were part of the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they owned the main guy. They were all in matching shirts. Like they were just happy to be there. Just freaking out about being there. They own some boat company, and one of the kids, it was like a dad and like I guess his sons probably worked there. Like He brought them to play in it. So it was 4 of them. They're all wearing matching clothes. They own some boat company. And they come pulling up and they're like, dude, did we hit you? And Gary's like, dude, it landed in my cart.
Did they knew it was Gary Allen though?
So like when they get there, me and Tyler, I'm sitting there with Tyler and
Tyler Farr.
Shout out T-Far.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there in our cart and like the guys come up and it's one of the sons and like, dude, he's just like, oh my God, I
Distraught.
can't. Like, oh, dude. He's like, I swear to God, I didn't see your cart there. And dude, Gary Allen's the nicest guy in the world. He's like, no, dude, it's, it landed in my cart. Like, it's fine.
That's actually
and
pretty
me
impressive.
and Tyler see how like upset the guy is. So we're like making it worse. We're like, hey, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
That's just #1 singer-songwriter Gary Allen. That's all.
He's going to tell the world.
And the guy sitting there, he's just looking at us, just going like, "Oh man!" I was like, "Yeah." I mean, it's just Gary Allen.
Yeah.
All you did was hit Gary Allen. And dude, like I said, Gary Allen's like the nicest guy in the world. He's like, "Guys, it's fine." And they like drive off,
Yeah.
and me and Tyler don't leave, and they look back at us, and we're just going, "He's fucking livid."
Yeah.
Don't
let him fool you.
He
He's
said
pissed off.
he said he's fine, but let me tell you
He's
what,
pissed off.
he ain't shut up about it.
Yeah. This is
And guess what? You won't be back next year. I'm gonna talk to Tracy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this banned.
You're banned. You're blacklisted.
Don't even think about coming to Nashville anymore. Not just the tournament, the city.
This is all crazy. Dude, I need a water. God, we don't have a drop of water in here.
Just cough it up.
No, dude, I'm dry.
We'll go get something. I'll just
I
cut
think I
it.
can get it out. I think I can talk.
Okay.
But I'm just going to talk about how crazy this is that Justin is doing all of this and
I quit my job.
quit his job, which, I think you did it the right way. I think you can justify quitting your job at this point. Based
I don't
off
think
your-
anybody would look at me other than people that just hate me or something and be like, dude, he's making a bad choice.
I don't think there's ever a period in a person's life that does this for a living feels comfortable quitting their job.
Yeah.
They're
especially
always
a job like I had. Like
Yeah.
I worked at a steel mill, like good benefits, good pay. I mean, you
Yeah.
had to work night shift, so it sucked, but
and shift work. That's
shift
the
work,
hard part.
2 weeks of days and 2 weeks of
That's-
nights, which, dude, you feel like
That
a
in
zombie.
itself is not good for you, but I think nobody's going to feel 100% quitting their job. I mean, there's always going to be that fear or whatever, but it's just crazy that I'm like sitting here doing a podcast with you right now.
in my house.
Yeah, it's nuts. And like filming TikTok videos for millions of people to see. And
Oh yeah, they've seen you. Jake's been in a few of them. The
Been in a
golf
couple.
one. He's going to be in the new medical one. It'll probably come out in a few days.
And trust me, guys, I'm like super nervous doing these videos. So,
But you've gotten better.
Yeah.
Like when we first started doing them, I'd be like, Jake, say this is a putter, not
Dude,
a
I
driver.
couldn't get it out.
You'd be like, this is a putter, not a driver.
dude, that one scene, that final scene we did.
We didn't even put it in.
I was so glad you didn't put
we
that
didn't
in.
even put it in. I bet you we did 50 takes of the same thing.
There's something about hearing your voice like on video and you're just like, I hate my voice.
You would go just like this. No, I don't think so. Hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Dude,
Hate
I
it.
would turn into a robot.
Yeah.
Like as soon as
But you've gotten better. You're better.
like if it was just me and you playing, no cameras, like I would spit it out. But like as soon as I hear that beep on the camera,
I know,
I'm
but
like,
why? I don't get that.
Dude, I don't
My
know.
grandpa's the same way. Like
yeah,
when
I'll get used to it.
If I turn something on for Joe, like dude, before we start a video, when I put Joe's my grandpa, when I put him in a video, he'll be sitting out there like, Justin, let me tell you, I went down to Walmart. Them some bitches down there can't help you with nothing. And you'll be like, oh, okay, good. And I'll turn the camera on and he'll say, no, I went down to a Walmart.
Can't even
earlier.
speak English no more.
Guys in there, they just, I was,
What was that word?
Dude, it'll just fall all to pieces.
It's hard, dude.
Sometimes he'll be like, I'll cut it off and I'll be like, Joe, what do you do? He's like, I couldn't remember my line. I'm like, dude, just say.
Dude.
It's so hard to tell people, like, I don't know. For whatever reason, it's easy for me. I don't know why.
I think you can learn acting if you're not
Sure.
good at it, but I think some people have that natural talent where like they can just be themselves or be somebody else, whoever
I
they're
think it
acting
boils
like.
down to I don't care.
Yeah.
I think that's what the...
But you've always been good at that, like really good at impressions. Like before Justin started doing all of this stuff, like there's videos out there like where I'm getting you to do all these impressions
The
that you're
Joker
doing now.
used to be a big
like
deal.
back when we were like, in our teens or 20s or whatever. And now you're doing it like for millions of people to see. Channing Tatum,
Oh yeah, Channing Tatum.
Jesus
followed me.
Christ, like
Alabama
that.
boy.
That doesn't make any sense.
Dude, and like I'll send him a message, and just the fact that he reads it, I'm like, yeah, man.
That's stupid.
You saw something that I
Dusty,
wrote. Like,
Shane, like, oh my God.
dude, shout out to all of them.
Shout out. We
I'm
love
telling
y'all.
you, any of y'all that want me to do anything with y'all, I'll do it tomorrow.
But it all started like you were doing...
Grandpa.
Well, before the grandpa, like you were doing just random videos, fitness.
Oh yeah, those were terrible.
Yeah, nutrition stuff. Yeah, just
don't steer clear.
Stay away
but
from
see,
that.
like the way you're talking about acting, that's when I first started doing those videos. I would be the only one home, and it would just be me and Courtney.
Yeah,
and I'd set up the camera, and I'd be like, Courtney, whatever, can you play some music or something where you can't hear me talking in there? I'd go stand in front of the camera, and I'd be like, hey guys,
yeah,
fucking cut that. Turn
you could
it off.
tell it was
Turn
like
it off.
super forced.
Turn it off.
But see, with like Joe, you're being Joe, so like, and you're good
Skits
at that
are
impression.
better. I don't like talking to the camera like, hey guys, check me out. I hate that.
Yeah,
I'd
well,
rather
like, and
do
that's-
acting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but you're good at it. Like you have that natural talent. Like you're not afraid to like do it in front of somebody. Like,
Right.
You've always
Like I can go in Walmart and do it.
Yeah, like you were like if we'd put you on the spot and be like, hey dude, do the Joker laugh. And I mean, we could be anywhere and he would just like spit it out. Yeah. And everybody'd be like, oh my God, that was so good.
Dude, you remember that year we went somewhere to like a corn maze. And I went as the Joker, and I stayed in character the whole night.
Yeah. Like I couldn't do that. I
No.
would show up as the Joker and they'd be like, dude, do the Joker laugh. And I'm like, huh?
But do you remember that little dude that was there that was a magician?
Yeah, I
that
do
guy
remember
sold
that.
his soul to the devil.
I remember that. Yeah.
Little redheaded guy, and he took this.
He
He
was
put a
David
piece
Blaine.
of paper in my hand, like David Blaine style shit, and I closed my hand, and it was a piece of card that I wrote my name on, and like I opened it up, and it was a completely different card. Like I watched him put it in my hand, crumple it up,
Yeah.
and when I opened it up,
know how they do
and he
it.
ripped it into a million pieces.
I don't know how they
when
do
I
it.
opened it up, it was together in a different
Yeah.
card. I'll tell you, dude, I know how they did it. He sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, David Blaine definitely did sell
I think,
soul.
dude, but I tell you what I've learned about David Blaine is like a lot of that shit is literally just him being like, I'm going to hurt myself.
Yeah, all
Like that one where he puts an ice pick through his hand, he just
Yeah.
literally he's
Yeah.
got scar tissue there that he just,
Yeah, he just learned a point of entry where it's like away from the vessels. But like the
imagine caring that much about fucking magic though, just to be
but
like,
I've learned though he really like practices though. Like he didn't go like what was
dude,
that
that
one
dude
where he
is
was in an ice block
dedicate.
for like
Yeah.
ever. He like trained his body.
to hold his breath or not die.
No, if he just like went out there like one day, he's like, I'm gonna go out there and just like
Get in a block of
I'm gonna
ice.
go stand on a post for 5 days.
he's going to die.
He wouldn't make it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like
had
if
to
he didn't
train.
train for months to get in that ice block, he's going to die
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Like after an hour. I don't know how long it would take, but it can't be fast.
Yeah.
Because I know when people's cars like break down in Montana, if they sleep in it overnight, they'll die.
Yeah. 100%
Like,
dead.
and he's in an ice block.
But I wanted just to talk about like your upcoming,
Oh, as
like
in like,
your first like viral video, like everything that.
dude, you remember what my first viral video was?
Joe?
No. Dude, my first viral video ever was made in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. You were there.
Which one?
Where I was sitting there dancing to Kia.
Oh yeah,
my neck, my back.
Yeah.
This video went viral.
Did it go viral?
Super viral. And my
remember
mom
that.
called me. Because, like, so...
It was on YouTube, right?
It was YouTube. That was all there was back then, was just YouTube. Vine wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah.
And I was probably 20 years old, 20, 21, something like that. I don't even think we could drink
we were
yet.
right out of
21,
right out,
something
right
like
out of
that.
high school, like in college.
And I had a video go viral of me dancing. Yeah, everybody knows the My Neck, My Back song. I'm dancing to it, and I'm lip syncing it. And I'm
I
just
remember
dancing.
it.
And, dude, they're dying laughing. We're all just dying laughing. And my mom called me. This is back before you know what viral is or anything like that. My mom called me from work, and she's like, Justin,
what have you done?
and I said, what? And she said, why is everybody calling me from work showing me this vile, disgusting video of you? And I remember, instead of being like, that's so cool that everybody knows, I remember being like, I'm sorry.
dead.
I'll call her. Like, it was a friend of ours, Casey, who put the video up.
Yep.
She put it on YouTube. And it started going nuts. And I was like, can you delete that video? And she's like, I don't know how.
Yeah.
So, like, my first viral video
Dude, I
ever
don't
got
remember any of
deleted.
that. I don't remember that.
I don't think I told anybody.
I wasn't like really on anything back then. Though.
Like, everybody was calling my mom at work and was like, is this your son? And my mom being
that's
like,
him. That's my boy.
Dude, I remember how mad she was.
Dude.
And like, now there's nothing she could do about
Shout
it.
out, Lisa. Yeah.
Like, if I put one up she hates now, she's just like, Christopher. Which is my first name. Christopher
Stagner.
And I'm just like, well, you're just going to get over it now. Like, but back then, that's back when I didn't know anything. And like, you're like, my mom's mad at me.
Yeah.
I
got to take it down.
I'll never forget how mad she was. She's like, Justin, why are people showing me
Dude, but that was when all of that
you?
like started. Like now it's like
that was the beginning of YouTube.
There's 5 different platforms you could have put that video on and it go
imagine that. Like,
potentially viral.
Dude, y'all can thank Jake for that lawnmower video because I made that as just a joke walking to my lawnmower and like sent it to him in a text. And he was like, dude, upload that right now.
Like, dude, you can't, like, every single thing you put out, every word or thing you say can't be, like, funny to everybody.
Every swing can't be a home run.
Right. Like, it's not going to be funny to everybody. But, like, when I watch a certain video of his, like, I'm like, dude,
that's
get that on the freaking
And what's so crazy is
now.
some of them won't, some of them will just be TikTok famous, or some of them will just be Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, that lawnmower one, that's all platforms,
and that was
it's killed.
Spur of the moment thing. But that was you being like yourself. And I think like back to like when you first were like putting up videos on TikToks, like, I mean, I'm not against fitness and stuff like that, but like, dude, that wasn't you. Like, I knew what Justin like was capable of doing.
That's what.
And then when you finally did it, because like I would always be like, dude, just impersonate Joe for me.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to hear him say something because he does it spot on. If you ever hear him do an impression of somebody, chances are it sounds just like him. Like 100%.
Dude, that video that the X5 podcast guys put together of me doing my impression.
Dude, that was hilarious.
Like, I remember watching
You were like, oh, I can actually do that impression too. Dude. And then you killed it.
Whenever they put it up, I watched it and I was like, dude, I bet everybody thinks I can do everything.
Oh, yeah. You were just hitting all your like home runs.
Yeah, dude.
But it was just, I was sitting there listening to this podcast and when they like asking everybody what impression
they're
they
like,
do?
can you do something? He's like, I can do
the guy's like, I can do
Herbert.
Herbert. Yeah. And I'm sitting there going like, oh my God, Justin has the best Herbert the pervert. Dude. And then I think that guy was like, oh man, you got the whistle and everything in yours.
Dude, I've started doing I haven't done this for anybody, so this will be the first time y'all get to hear it. I started doing like a little bit on stage where I was like, what if King of the Hill, like in Family Guy, got meshed together? Like Hank Hill's calling Herbert, and he's like, Herbert, you got Bobby down there? I'm going to come down there and pull a fence post up and shove it up your ass. And then it cuts to Herbert being like, you promise?
Dude,
like,
that's hilarious.
And I do one where Matthew McConaughey is like, if he got the role of Forrest Gump instead of Tom Hanks, and like the director's over there like, Matthew, put your fucking shirt back on. I'm tired of telling you. Look at everybody's turned on. The damn boom guy's got a boner.
That's why he didn't get it.
Well, I don't think he tried for it, but if he would, I mean, he couldn't be Forrest Gump. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a smart man.
Dude, but Tom Hanks is the man. I mean, you can't.
He's my favorite actor.
Yeah, you can't.
Him and Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt? I like Brad. Brad's
Dude.
he's a good one.
Courtney will tell anybody I'd leave her for Brad Pitt.
Dude, I always say Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling?
Dude, I love him.
Ryan Gosling's funny.
He is.
A lot
He's
of people
funny,
don't give him
but,
credit.
dude.
His interviews are always funny.
But like when it comes to like the serious, which he's kind of going
he's a
down to
good
like
actor.
Action kind of
Well, Brad
funny.
Pitt, like, I don't think Brad Pitt gets enough credit because of how good looking he is.
Dude, did you ever watch the movie Drive with Ryan Gosling?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Where
Dude.
yes, that movie's
That's
awesome.
that's when I was like put on to liking him or whatever because I was like, dude, this
Not The
dude's-
Notebook.
Yeah,
I mean, The Notebook was pretty good.
He's pretty cute in that one.
He
I mean.
was. He's a hell of a looker.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
Shout out Ryan.
Shout out
And
yeah.
Brad Pitt. Dude,
Shout out.
Brad Pitt's my favorite.
Dude, if they ever saw this, I would just.
Oh, I mean, Brad's not going
It
to.
would
He doesn't
never
have
happen.
any social media. I think Ryan
That's
probably
fine.
does.
That's fine. I wouldn't have it either if I were them.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's... Dude, Brad, I'm telling you, Brad Pitt is like, everything he does, I like it.
Yeah, he's a good actor. You know, I heard this story about him. Like one of his roommates when he was like first, up and coming, like going to LA and doing the whole audition and stuff.
Yeah.
He like came to our school.
I think I heard this story.
And he
too.
basically said like, every audition he did, like they were like, nah, man, like, I don't know, they would turn him away or whatever, but he was like pretty persistent and kept sticking to it. And now look at him.
He got Velma and Louise was his first.
Yeah. But like,
Wait, is that what it's called? Is that the one where they jump off the Grand Canyon?
I have no clue.
Yeah,
I don't know
Laverne and Shirley's the
I don't
one.
know any of his old stuff. I just know, like,
Dude, that was the first one. He
Fight
was
Club.
like a little. He just played like a kid in it, and that hooked up with one of the girls. Like he was just 18 years old or whatever. And dude, they were like, okay, this guy's a star.
He is. I mean, he looked,
Like one of my favorite movies ever is Troy. He's in it, of course.
That's a good one.
Dude, that movie's amazing.
Fight Club.
Love Fight Club.
That's a good one.
Dude, so Fight Club, I just once you get older and I watched it again, I was like, dude, I got to look Fight Club up and see what's going on with it. Mm-hmm. Dude, Fight Club is insane. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't realize, he's also the girl. That's another one of his personalities.
Yeah. I got to go back and watch that movie. I haven't seen it.
He's all of them. He's that's his personalities is all those people. Yeah. I never factored in that he was also the girl.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I can tell you.
Yeah, I would literally I just remember I'm over here dude, Fight Club. Yeah, but I'm like,
yeah, you brought it up.
Yeah, I brought Fight Club up, and you're like, man, this scene right here, and I'm like,
totally.
That's a good
like
one.
me in the medical video.
I directed it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I need to go back and watch it.
What was your favorite part?
Dude, I don't know what it is about me. I'm big. If I've seen a movie, I will not watch it again. It's got to be
really good.
That, or it's got to be years.
If it's sad, I'm not watching it ever.
I just won't watch it ever again. If it's because I'm just I've seen it. But,
dude, I don't know. I'll watch comedy. I remember there was a stretch there. You remember?
Yeah,
HBO
movie.
Have once it plays a movie, it'll play it every day.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember watching Forgetting Sarah Marshall and 40-Year-Old Virgin, I bet 20 times. Every night. Yeah. I just did a routine. I'd get in bed and be like, oh, 40-Year-Old Virgin's on again.
I watched Jumanji the other day, and I was like,
which
nice.
one?
The
Robin Williams
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
The best one.
Yeah. He was one of the greatest actors ever.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Good Will Hunting is also one of my favorite movies.
Isn't that the one he won the Oscar on?
I don't know.
Probably. He won an Oscar. I think it was the one.
There's no way he'd have won it on something.
It was the one that Matt Damon was in it.
That's it. Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, he won an Oscar on that
movie. It's a great movie.
I looked him up the other day.
Courtney's never seen it. I said, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. I was curious, how he died.
But dude, I don't think that anybody you know how we had that stretch of people where it's okay, the Seth Rogans and everybody, they had their little group. Adam Sandler had his group. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like we got that now. Nobody's doing that now, comedy-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's weird. I feel like I haven't seen...
Dude, maybe Shane Gillis and then we'll get it going because that tire show, dude, shout out. Shane, that shit is hilarious.
Shane, I feel like, is going to be our next...
His group of people will be
his acting's already good.
Because there's nobody else that's got that... Or maybe I can't think of them.
Yeah.
When's the last time you watched a comedy movie and you're like, dude, I'm throwing up from laughing?
Or who are these people?
Exactly. I remember when Seth Rogen and them first...
Will Ferrell, all that, that
his
era.
group. Yeah. And then when Seth Rogen and them started making Knocked Up and all that 40-Year-Old Virgin, I remember being oh my God.
They went on a spree.
These are the funniest guys. Yeah. Super Bad.
Yeah.
I remember this is the funniest shit I've ever... Exactly.
Yeah. I did. You remember we watched that one in theaters 12 times.
Dude,
to the point where I was like, I can't watch this.
Dude, we used to go. You're talking about movie buffs. We would go to the movies every Saturday.
Every Saturday. Yep. Steak and Shake after, baby.
Yes.
Yep. I mean,
I just feel like the comedy right now.
We take that old Cherokee down there.
And there's plenty of funny. Yeah.
That good old Cherokee you used to drive.
Oh, yeah. You could, dude.
Because we made you drive everywhere.
I got in a wreck in that thing. And I remember afterwards when they fixed it, I could push my horn and it'd be like...
Yeah. One day I was getting out of his. I think I was you were dropping me off. I was going to get my truck and I forgot my wallet in your car and you were trying to honk me to come get it. And I heard it 3 times and I was like, what in the? And I turned around and he's like, I was like, was that your horn? He's like, beep, beep. Sounded like a little kiddie car or something like that.
Like you were pulling a toy horn.
Dude, and then one time, I think it was when we went rolling, toilet paper rolling, and we were leaving that church, and dude, this was it a
telephone pole, but there was no light on it, and it was black.
It came out of nowhere, and Justin hit it going about 30 at least. Dude, I thought we went through the windshield.
I remember staying in the car and y'all getting out, and I'd be like, dude, please, because you're 16, you wrecked your car, you know you're in trouble already. I was like, dude, tell me it's not bad. You're like, dude, it's fucking bad.
Dude, it's bad. It's so bad. Me and Daniel were rolling on the ground. I don't know how it was still running.
Dude, I remember driving home and the lights shining out in the woods, and you're like, dude, what if this is the reason we saw Bigfoot?
Yeah, just because your lights pointing straight to the right. Dude, I don't know how that car made it that long.
I told my mom, I was like, somebody backed into me.
Need a cow came across the road.
I was like, somebody backed into me at Pilot. And
Lisa.
yeah, somebody backed into me at Pilot, I swear.
Yeah.
And she's like, so if I get in my car right now and drive up to Pilot, there's going to be glass from your headlights and everything. And I was like, God, she's so smart. Yeah. No, okay.
No, we were just stupid.
I hit a
we
pole.
were smart.
Yeah, exactly.
We had no critical thinking skills at all.
Well, just
you didn't think any scenario.
You told every lie you ever told.
Just
was
like
a good
when you
one.
got pulled over that night by that cop when we were rolling, and Justin, his driver's license address is for Satsuma or
Was for
Creola.
my mom's.
In Creola.
But I lived with my grandma.
He lived, so this cop's like, shining his light on Justin, and he's like, where are you from, man? And it's like, Turnerville. And like the guys, or where do you live?
He's like, where are you headed?
And you're like, and he's looking at your driver's license. He's like, well, it says Creola here. And that was, I thought, man, when did you lose your wallet?
This is all the same night. Every bit of this is the
But
same
you had your
night.
license though? Because I can't remember. But anyways, like.
Maybe junior and senior year blending together here.
And we're like sitting on rolls of toilet paper, and that's what they were basically pulling us over for us because they
knew we were doing rolling.
And we're in there, and like.
But that's not why they gave me a ticket. Like I'd already been in a wreck
that guy
and everything.
said, write him a ticket for lying to you.
Yeah, because it sounded like a lie. Like as soon as he's like, "Where you headed?" I was like, "Home."
Yeah.
He's like, "This ain't nowhere near where your license says." And then it sounded like a typical kid lie where I was like, "Well, no, hold on. Actually, I live with my grandma."
Yeah.
And the guy's like.
Okay, he's a
All
liar.
right,
He's a liar.
And the other guy's like, give him a ticket for lying.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude, I was sitting over
give
there.
me a break.
I was sitting in the passenger seat. I'm like, he's going to jail.
Yeah.
So.
But 16, anytime you see a cop, you're like already in a fucking panic attack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You might
and then on top of that, they're just like,
yeah.
You lying to me?
You lying? Yeah.
No, sir.
Dude, that was so funny. Those were the good days, man. God. It's crazy.
These are still the good days. I'm having a blast.
It is. Dude. You're living the life now.
You came to watch me do stand up.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I was
opening for Laser.
There's no, like, I can tell Justin was meant for this because there's no way in the world I could do that. Even if you wrote me a skit and was like, though. get up there and
I think you would have one of those stories where like you hear comedians tell us, you're like, dude, the first time I got up there, I just bombed for that would be you.
Yeah, but I would never come back.
Yeah, no, that might be
if
true.
I bombed, I'd go on.
But
I'd
you
never
could
come
do
back.
it if you ever talked yourself into doing it.
Yeah. But Justin's like opening up for Uncle Laser and all, and like, dude, when they were calling you up on stage and it just got silent while you were walking up there, I was literally like, my heart was pounding.
You were having a panic attack.
I was like, dude, I was like, dude, I'm about to pass out.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I don't know if it's because I know your laugh or what it is. I could hear your laugh. Like,
dude, I was
that's
screaming.
how I knew I was doing good. Like, okay, he's not going to fake a laugh.
Yeah. No, I was laughing, dude, but I ramped it up just a smidge, just so everybody knew, like, dude, this guy's funny.
Appreciate that.
This guy's.
Dude, I remember getting backstage and Uncle Laser being like, there ain't no way you've been doing this only a few months. I was like, dude, I swear I have.
That's why I said you're meant for this. Like,
I swear I have.
Yeah.
And dude, you'll be amazed like how many people are bitches about it. Like I wrote, I'm not going to say the club's name or something, but it's like a pretty prominent club. And I wrote him and was like, hey, I don't mind doing like an open mic or anything. Like, how do you go about getting booked for 5 minutes? So like, buddy, if you ain't been doing comedy 10 years, don't even talk to me. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Either it's funny or it's not.
Where was this at?
I'm not going to say.
No, I mean, like, it was around here?
No. Not around here. Like a prominent club. But I was going to travel. I don't, to go do something like that, you're going to have a bigger crowd. Like the crowds around here are okay, but they're not.
You need to video yourself or get somebody to video
I did.
you.
So I got Chad to do, which is a buddy of ours.
that.
He videoed 10 minutes.
Shout out, Chad.
Dude, I crushed. Like it was 10 minutes of like good laughing.
Yeah, that video he sent me, you were killing. Well, it's like your like delivery and your timing is way ahead.
That's all it is.
Well, but I'm saying yours is like way ahead of your time.
What I equate that to is like, okay, I just started doing stand up, but like I've been doing stand up for my whole life. Like I'll tell a joke to a room full of people.
Yeah.
Even at work or like you said, you used to say, hey, Justin, do this impression or whatever. Like I've done stuff for a whole crowd of people before, like never on stage, but like timing is just timing. Like
well, and I believe like, the ones that go out there and bomb consistently, like, dude, props to them for like trying and like wanting to do that. I'm all for them.
You gotta have self-awareness though, dude.
Yeah, I mean, but persistence and practice and all that. Maybe eventually they'll get it. But like, there's no way I could make it through all of that bombing unless I really wanted it.
Like unless it was your dream.
Like you may go up there and like, you know, may say some jokes that don't get any laughs.
Yeah.
Your bomb is probably killing towards somebody that's, you know, for real bombing.
That's what I mean by self-awareness. I don't mean that these guys should give up. I don't mean that. I mean, like, if you get up there and you have a bad set, you should get off the stage and be like, that was a bad set.
Yeah.
But don't get off the stage for a complete bomb and be like,
I killed it. I killed it.
And
These
dude,
guys just don't get it.
There's so many yeah, like, that was just a bad crowd. I was like, well,
they don't get
it's
my
been
humor.
a bad crowd for 6 months
Yeah.
now.
And again, that goes back, I think, to your like your energy, your timing, and your delivery. Like if you say something stupid but you deliver it, some people may be like,
But it's so weird. That's what I learned about comedy is like anybody that's doing it, you should like record yourself because for whatever reason, you can get up there and say the exact same joke, but like you tweaked a word or two, and people will just die laughing. And then you'll get up again, do the same joke. You think you're doing the same joke. You say it like maybe switch it a little bit, and they're just like, You're like, dude, that crushed last week.
Yeah.
That's why, dude, record. If you guys are interested in doing it, record yourself so you can see which version of it made them die laughing.
And you can sense who's nervous too, because usually they get up there and they talk like really quick.
Exactly.
The people that are like calm and they've been doing this and they know their stuff's good, they get up there, they wait, I'm not acting like I'm a
enjoy the laugh, but
I know what's like funny.
Exactly.
Like I've watched somebody and I'm like, dude, if they just slowed down a little bit, gave the audience a second to kind of like interpret what they're saying, like it would have been funnier.
It's 100% true.
I mean,
dude, what I learned was to sit in the laugh.
Yeah.
Like, if you got them dying on a joke, don't try to hurry up to the next joke. Dude, listen to that. Enjoy that laugh for a second.
Yeah.
If they're like throwing up laughing, just let them laugh a little while.
Right,
And I learned that from Louis C.K. Like, I listened to him in a interview a long time ago, and he's like, dude, if you start killing and like you're all hyper when you're killing, or like you're nervous and that's what's making them laugh, he's like, just keep doing that.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care if you got to ad lib more stuff. He's like, if you being nervous up there, like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and like they're dying laughing, he's like, try to do that more, like longer.
Yeah.
Stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that's how you get like an extra 2 or 3 minutes. And like, I know that sounds like nothing, but
that's
adds up a lot.
It's an eternity for me if I was up there. I would think I was giving like a public speech.
Dude, there's no better feeling than like you getting up there and like you're doing well and you feel like you just started and they give you that light that lets you know that you've been 10 minutes. You're like, oh my God.
Oh yeah. And there's probably no better feeling too when you know you've got a good skit and you know it's going to kill. Yes. All you got to do is just get up there and just do it. And like
when that show you came to, whenever Uncle Laser, like, to be in his defense, he had never seen me do stand up. He just been asking me to do it. Like when y'all came, I was like, dude, this 10 minutes that I'm about to do, I'm about to crush. Like I'd already, because it had been tested. Like I've done it for 2 months. I knew that it was gonna crush.
Yeah.
And his crowd was like the type of crowd that would enjoy it.
Oh, dude, I was watching him and like, if somebody wasn't laughing, I was like, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I went to do the Stardome in Birmingham, and like this is a perfect example of the way comedy is. Like I did the same, they give you 5 minutes up there, and like I did the same 5 minutes, like half of what I did for that. And I was like, this is gonna crush. Dude, I go out there and like it's like a 70% black crowd. And I was like,
I'm dead.
Yep, not good.
Yeah.
And like, I have some jokes that would crush for a black crowd, but I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I just went up there and did like a bunch of redneck jokes or whatever. And like, I didn't eat shit, but like, I didn't crush by any means.
Yeah.
And like, I was just like, if I'd have knew, it's just like, I should have went out there and seen it and been like, switching this up, doing a different 5 minutes.
You're new though. I mean,
yeah, I know,
but you learned from that.
Yeah.
I think you're like, you're so ahead of your like where you're at as far as like
I feel
you
like
started off pretty high.
I feel like I'm not one of those. This is not tooting my own horn, I swear to God. But I don't feel like it's one of those things where it's like you got to be doing it 10 years before you kill. Like, no,
I can't imagine.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky enough to where I've got some laughs already.
Yeah, I know it's hard. I mean, and
it's the hardest thing.
Respect
I've
to
ever
the
done.
dudes out there that are like not giving up on it and they're continuing to like work at it and get better, because dude, think how great that would be if it like took you a long time to kind of get
Netflix
it
special.
And then I'm just saying, like the ones that really didn't do good in the beginning and they kind of stuck with it, and then
imagine
killing,
that feeling.
Like that's such a rewarding feeling. Like it's almost like when you go out there on your first time and you like kill it just because you're a funny guy and you've got a lot of funny stories to tell. Now you're like, hey, dude, now you got to write another skit.
Got a real material.
You got to get another skit, and you didn't realize you've probably been writing that stuff in your head like your whole life.
Dude, I've been writing it. Yeah, I have. But I've been writing stand up on my phone for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
That I never used.
That's like, I think, when Joe Rogan or whoever talks about like, having to write a whole brand new material. Like, how do you even
Imagine
start?
throwing your whole thing away.
How do you even start?
See, I feel like what you got to do, and I haven't had to throw all my material and start over from scratch, but like, I feel like that's one of the things where you start like paying attention to the news. You got to watch every new movie.
Yeah.
Like, just so you like have some material to think of.
Well,
and
you
like,
may see something driving down the road.
Exactly. Some
And
stuff
you're like, dang, I could
like
turn
I
that into
have a bit. I won't give it away or anything, but like I have a bit where I'm thinking about doing where like this guy from work comes and tells us like he's a guy that's from up north, like Chicago or somewhere like that, or New York, and he comes down to the South, and like his very first week down here, he sees a wreck and he pulls over and somebody's hit a deer. The cop walks up and shoots this deer, and they help load it on this guy's hood and drive off.
Yeah.
And he's from up north just going like,
what did you... Yeah.
and dude, when he's telling it to all of us, we're all looking around like, thank God somebody got to meet.
Yeah.
Like, that's not normal.
No, but that's
normal for us.
That's a brilliant skit, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that'll be a good bit.
It is, and you just got to write it down and just remember it.
Yeah. Like me telling you that was 10 seconds and it was funny.
Yeah.
I got to figure out a way to stretch that into a bit.
Because, I mean, dude, when I watched Nikki Glaser on that roast of Tom Brady,
Shout out to her. She killed it.
She is absolutely...
Her and Tony.
Yeah.
We saw Tony open up for Rogan in Orlando.
Dude.
Crushed,
God.
dude. I mean, crushed.
Yes. Dude, but Nikki is brilliant. Yeah.
Dude, shout out to Nikki Glaser because she is the reason that I quit smoking. Mm-hmm. I heard her on Rogan talking about...
Did she smoke?
I think she was either talking about smoking or drinking.
Dude,
probably both.
She don't look like a smoker, but who knows?
Dude, everybody used to smoke. We all used to smoke.
What am I saying?
Anyway, she mentioned this book on Rogan and was like, I swear to God, Joe, you can drink while you read it. You can smoke while you read it. And I swear to God, as soon as I got done, I didn't want anything. And I was like, dude.
When you told me that, I thought that
it's
was
worth
crazy.
a shot, but it sounds ridiculous. Yeah. And dude, I did it. And like the second I was done, I was like, oh.
Did you read the book?
Yeah.
Or did you do the audio?
No. I'm not like my wife.
Yeah.
She'll go to, she's like, I read 2 books this week. I was like, no. Somebody read them to you.
You listen to a book.
Like a toddler in bed.
Yeah.
Somebody read
I can't even do that. I can't even like if I have to read something because I'm like studying, I can do it. But like I've tried the whole Audible thing. I can't even do that either.
So you feel like you don't pick it up? Like if somebody was reading to you like, hey, we do diazepam, blah, 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 50 milligrams. Like, you think you'd remember that?
Yeah, no, if I'm interested, I can literally...
Like I can remember a podcast.
Yeah, if I like focus on, all right, I need to remember this, I will. But like, I think everybody's got a touch of ADD, so...
Dude, I'll be driving down the road listening to a podcast and I'll just blink and I'll be like, dude, 20 minutes have gone by. I don't know what they said.
We live in a world of distraction and we don't realize like staring at your phone, scrolling through, you're shortening your attention span each time you get on TikTok, Instagram, and you just... Because every time you look at something, you're like, that don't look good, and you go to the next thing. I mean, you don't realize you're just shortening your attention span.
Imagine what kids
are
going to be like when they're our age.
Yeah.
They're literally not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, I know. We're just going to have to be like...
Or they'll just be the most depressed people ever.
You just got to like, I'm guilty of it. I ain't going to lie. Like if I have to watch my boys like by myself, like dude, I rely on Netflix a great deal, or anything. But it's when that fails because they don't find that interesting anymore, you're screwed. But it's like, my oldest, he's 2.5. He immediately...
He looks 5.
Yeah, he looks 5. He's huge. But like when he...
You think he's going to be Ian's height?
Dude, I hope.
Which is his brother-in-law.
Yeah, he's 6'8".
That's ridiculous.
But see, the men on my mom's side are actually pretty tall, and so are, the men on my father's side.
That's
but
true.
My grandmother on my dad's side was real short, and, my dad, I think, got that, from her.
Well, that's how Joe is the only short one of his brothers.
Yeah.
His 2 brothers are 6 and 6'4".
Yeah. But see, like Owen though, he's not like, I kind of look at him and he's almost 9 months. Like, and
But I don't remember looking at Luke when he was little
I'll show
and
you.
being like he's a giant.
I'll show you a picture from when he was 9 months to now when Owen is 9 months, and he's like, yeah, you can tell.
I know, but do you remember looking at Luke when he was 9 months and being like, dude, he's
Well,
tall.
no, because he was my first one. All I knew
But
was
even me, like I had kids already. I don't remember looking. I look at Luke now like, dude, he's a giant. But when he was little, I wasn't like he's huge.
well, no, but it was just when you go to the pediatrician and you
They
get
tell
their
you the
mile-
percentile,
and,
yeah.
and he's the 99th percentile and everything. I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, I guess he is pretty tall for his age. And then you see him up next to kids, and that's the biggest thing. We've talked about it before. Like, these 4 and 5 year old kids that he's the same size of will come up and start talking to him, and he can't talk yet. And then they hear him kind of jibber jabber, and they're like, "Oh God, what is wrong with this kid?"
I think, exactly.
they'll
In a
kinda
in a 5-year-old's head, they're probably like, this guy's behind.
Like he's he's pretty slow.
Mom, is this one of those ones you're telling me
He's
about?
slow.
Leave him alone.
And they'll kind of like mosey on away from him, but I'm like, dude, just wait till he is like
5, and he's
I don't know. I hope he is. I hope he's gonna be tall because I wasn't really blessed with
you're taller than me. I'm short,
Yeah, but I wish I was at least about 6'2".
dude. If I would have been 6'2", I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be in the NBA.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
3 or 4 more inches taller, and you're doing something different with your life.
All right, dude. We got to wrap this up.
All right.
All right, guys. Y'all enjoyed it. I hope you check us out, like and subscribe, share this shit, all that. See you later.
Do all the above.
Bye.
Bye.